Hello and welcome back to Community Challenge. Today we are in the beautiful world of Plants vs Zombies and we are trying the No Sunflower Challenge. This is part one of a 4-part series, so make sure to check out the other videos as well if you're interested on how to get through like the night level, the pool level and the roof level. Is it possible to go the entire game without planting a single sunflower? Well, the answer is no, because in the second level, they force you to put down 3 sunflowers. I couldn't find any way around this in PC, so in the clip that you can see now, unfortunately I had to put those 3 down. However, if we are excluding this one level, is it possible to do all of the daytime levels without sunflowers? Well, I'd like all of you to go and give it a try now. Load up your Plants vs Zombies and try and complete the first grass levels without using a single sunflower. Let me tell you, it is quite difficult. I did, however, manage it, as you'll see in the clips coming up now. However, I did lose a couple of lawnmowers along the way, and I found the best strategy is to have pea shooters at the back to start with, especially in these early levels where you don't get anything else. There wasn't much point in using the cherry bombs. However, if you wanted to troll, then I guess you could try it with just those, but pea shooters are definitely the way to go for now, until you get walnut and mines. Now remember, if you like this sort of content and want to see the rest of the series, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And please let me know in the comments below, how did you guys get on? This overall took me about an hour. I have sped up the clips. It just felt very slow without sunflowers, because you don't really have that much to do. You just have to collect up the occasional sun, and then once you save up for a pea shooter or a walnut, then you can actually put one down. As you can see here, I put one of the walnuts really far forward. I put them quite far forward, expecting to have like 3 pea shooters behind it, but the lack of sun just meant I couldn't do that at all. So in the later levels, you'll notice that I put the walnuts right in front of the pea shooters, because it just makes it a lot easier and it stops them from even getting bitten even a little, especially in the first couple of levels. I really like the levels where you basically get a free pass, so these walnut bowling levels are just a saving grace, because I was like, phew, I can get through one more level without having to use sunflowers, because the later levels get a bit troublesome. Guys, let me know, what is your favourite plant in Plants vs Zombies? If you had to pick one plant to be, what would be your spirit plant? Like spirit animal, but spirit plant. I think I'd be the sunflower, smiling away, dancing away, nice and happy. Ironic for this video, right, that I'm not using sunflowers, but yeah, actually they're my favourite plant overall. Now, when you get to level 6 and you get the potato mine is going to be your best friend, especially against the jumping zombies that try and hop over the walnuts. And because they're so cheap, you can just put one of those down and just ignore that lane for a little while, and you only spend 25. However, it has got a long recharge rate, so if you try and preemptively put the potato mines down, you can find problems later on. So I've seen on other videos that people recommend don't use pea shooters, just go for potato mines. Now, from my experience, I would not agree with that at all. The potato mines take forever to recharge, and the rate of zombies coming at you, you wouldn't be able to do it. Even if you put the walnuts down as shields, you'd end up having to either put the mine on top of the zombies, where they would just eat it, or you'd have to put it behind, and then the walnut would get eaten. So you would end up losing the walnut to get them through. So I would always recommend a backline of pea shooters as much as you can. Don't go for the frost pea shooter. It is a waste of 75. You can't afford it. You get such a limited amount of sun per round, you just haven't got the money to get the frost shooter. Pea shooter is basically the most expensive thing that you can afford. Now, saying that, it is all about managing your budget of sun throughout this challenge, but it is also about thinking about sustainability versus one-shots. So like the potato mine is great for hitting something one shot. The zombies, apart from in the big waves, don't really group up. So your potato mines are going to be able to kill one zombie, possibly 2. For 25 sun, that is great, But if you think of, compare that to maybe the pea shooter that cost 100, which is 4 times the potato mine. If they can kill 4 zombies, they've made their money. And as you can see, throughout the entire round, they managed to kill more than that. You could see there that my recharge was not working, and I was trying to wait for the potato mine to come back because I preemptively put one down. The jumping zombie came and I was like, oh no! And I lost a lawnmower. And then again, I lost another one to 2 cone zombies. That would have been a great time to have a mine ready as well. But after that, I get my setup going. I have my mines, I have my shields, my walnuts, and I had my pea shooters. And this sort of strategy worked really well against this level on level 7. Even on the final level when there was quite a lot of them, by now I was already really set up and I had 50 some ready for a walnut to go. So in theory, this should really be the easiest level to get through since it's the beginning level, but even then you're still finding a couple of challenges. Now, as for your plant eating chomper plant, it doesn't really help. Again, it's too expensive, so I never ended up actually using it. Even though it could eat any zombie that comes across, it just wasn't worth it. I'd always just use the mine instead. Now, when you get to this level here, you will start to see that bucket heads start to come, and bucket heads are ridiculously difficult. 2 shooters are not enough for it, so always save your mines for the bucket heads when you get to level 8. That would be my top tip for level 8 and beyond. Save your mines for either the jumpers or the bucket heads. But I don't believe there are any jumpers in level 8 at all. I think it is just the bucket head. So when you get to this final wave here, look for the bucket head, put a mine down, and you should be hunky-dory. Okay, we finally made it to the last level, 1.9. Now I know it goes to 1.1 or 1.10, however, this is the last real level because the next one is Walnut Bowling, which is basically like a free pass for the challenge that we're doing. Now I would definitely recommend on this last level to conserve as much sun as possible, because this one is actually quite difficult with the amount of bucket heads they send and the amount of jumpers that they send, because in previous levels you either had one or the other. This level you have both. I always try and use the mines as well to start with to get rid of any cone heads early on, because you're not going to have double shooters straight away. And by double shooters, I obviously mean 2 pea shooters, not a double shooter. You won't be able to afford a double shooter at this much sun at this moment. I'll take this time to say again, please let me know how you guys get on in the comments below. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can be the first to try these challenges yourself. As you can see, I don't actually lose a lawnmower on this last level. The irony was on an easier level that I lost 2, and on this one I don't lose any. And then you've got the nice Walnut Bowling to close. I'll say again, thank you again if you've made it this far into the video. I really do appreciate it. Maybe let me know that in the comments as well if you do make it this far. Okay, this end bit and this final level is just a mop-up duty. It's quite funny because the zombies bring their own bucket for this. Ba-boom. No one, just me. Okay, cool. Anyway, bad puns aside, I do this final level pretty easily, I would say. I didn't think that anything gave me much of a problem. Once I found out to use the mines for the bucket heads, it was pretty easy. And then to finish off, I've got this lovely little Walnut Bowling that I do. So please make sure to do this challenge yourself and let me know how you get on. You can do this on mobile, it's completely free. And I think the gold edition on Steam is something like £3 or something. So this game isn't expensive anymore and it is tons and tons of fun. And if you played it before, it's got so much replayability, especially if you're doing these kinds of challenges. This really got me back into playing Plants vs Zombies even more. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to be the first to do these sorts of challenges, and of course comment below how you guys got on, and I will see you in the next one.